Hi everyone, this is Matt with TrueBudget. In this video, I'm going to show you how to use the Bid Assistant. To open the Bid Assistant, you can click this button here on the Ribbon tab or here on the menu page. The Bid Assistant is for people who will be making a lot of different budgets with TrueBudget. The goal of this sheet is to speed up the process of creating a budget. The sheet has two sections, the number of days section and the day rate section. Let's start with the number of days section. This section helps you easily calculate the number of days for each crew position in a new budget. Before we get started, I'm going to hide the day rate section by clicking this button here. Now I'm going to click the Enter Total Days button. This is where I'll put the total number of days for each day type for the particular project I'm budgeting. If you don't have any days of a particular day type, you can leave it blank. For this example, I'm going to go with this. When you're first filling out the Bid Assistant, you don't have to fill in the total days first. I'm doing it this way because it'll make it a bit easier to show you how it all works. Now let's take a look at the number of days section. You'll notice these columns here are the same ones that were listed in the total days window from a moment ago. These are the day type columns. Here in section A, you'll notice these four columns are grayed out. That's because these four day types are assigned to section B. If I scroll down to section B, you'll see that these aren't grayed out, but the rest of them are. If you want to, you can change that in the options menu by clicking here. But for this example, I'm going to leave it as is. For each day section of each line, you can fill in either the letter X or a number. Let's start with line 1, the producer. In the total days window a moment ago, I plugged in 8 for the number of prep days. If I place an X in this cell, it will count all 8 prep days for the producer. You'll notice in the total days column for the producer, it now says 8. The same thing will happen for all the other cells on this sheet. For the producer, you might want to pay them for all of the days that will be happening on a job. In that case, you would place an X in each cell like this. As you can see, the total days for them is now 17. The Adjust Days column is there in case you want to make an adjustment to the number in the Total Days column. Let's say you want to pay your producer one less day than the total days on your jobs. If you type in a -1 in this cell, it will subtract 1 from the total days, like this. You could also enter a positive number, like this. I'm going to do line 5 next. Let's say for the first day C, you only want to budget them at 1 prep day no matter how many days you've entered in the total days window for the prep days. Instead of placing an X in the cell, you would put in a number like this. You can see that their total days is now 1. So now, no matter how many prep days you enter in the total days window, it will only calculate 1 prep day for this position. I'll go ahead and quickly fill in the rest of this sheet. Once you have this completed, whenever you change the numbers in the Total Days menu, the Total Days column will recalculate for all positions. Let's try that now. And now I'll change the number of days. Once I press OK, the Total Days column will change based on these new numbers. As you can see, the numbers in the Total Days column have changed. So this is how you can quickly calculate the number of days for your entire crew in a new budget. Next, I'll show you the Day Rate section. I'll unhide that section and I'll hide the number of days section. The Day Rate section is for storing different day rates for each position based on the specifics of the project. Let's say you shoot in both Los Angeles and New York, and you do both union and non-union shoots. You can list rates for all 4 scenarios on this sheet. The first thing you want to do is open the Options menu of this sheet and click on the Day Rate section tab. For the number of day rate columns to use, I'm going to select 4. This will hide the other columns since I won't need them. Now I can name the columns whatever I want. I'm going to go with this. Now we can see the column names are here and the extra columns are gone. Now you just type in the relevant rates for each position for every column you have, as well as the OT base. I'll quickly fill in section A. Now that we have both sections filled in, we can send the information to the budget. To do that, you want to click the Send Data to Budget button. Now, you want to select which information you want to send to the budget. You can send the information to the estimate, the working, or any phases that you have enabled. For this video, I'm going to select Estimate. If you want to send the number of days, check this box. You now need to select which sections of the budget you want to send to. If you want to send the day rates, check this box. First, you have to select which column you want to send. And then you have to select which sections of the budget to send to. Now, when I click OK, all of the relevant information will be sent to the estimate. Now let's go to page 1A and take a look. As you can see, the number of days from the bid assistant are all filled in, as well as the day rates. And that's how to use the bid assistant in TrueBudget.